Mike Levin, Friday, May 19th. Happy birthday, 2023, and a magnum opus every day. That is my new rule. So I write. You might know me from YouTube, but you ain't seen me until you've read me. Yeah, that's it. You ain't seen me until you read me. I write a lot. It comes naturally to me, and perhaps as a result of practicing over the years, because I journal. And from the moment I discovered those text editors whose user interfaces never change on you in life, and places where you can store your files, where you can always find them in life, a accelerating, snowballing effect has kind of sort of happened. And I had, knit this kind of stuff into blogging systems over the years so the public can partake as well. But it's been on again, off again, because technology has been terrible. The state of technology is just generally terrible. It's not designed to help you, it's designed to make money. So, I finally re-platformed myself on some platforms that don't change that much over time. They change a little bit, but they change at just the right rate for slow learners and people who strive for and covet mastery above all else, right? I look at musicians, I look at athletes, I look at doctors and stuff like that, and I'm like, that level of expertise is just something that I want for myself. And then I see how even tools changing in music and sports and medicine, it can set those folks back too. And I'm like, if it can hurt them, imagine what it's doing to me, where it's like every 2 to 5 years, everything changes. It's just unacceptable. So I solved that problem for myself. And when I did, the writing just started flowing more naturally. And then when AI hit, I'm like, oh my God, this is supposed to be enhancing everyone's innate natural abilities somehow. It makes you more of whatever you are. How can this make me better? And I'm like, yeah, well, first, I can do aspirational projects that I have not done before. And so just like that, I switched a one text file for life journaling system, which was also able to be a blogging system and do the slicing and dicing and publishing, pushing it out to a static site generator. I was already doing that, but I was able to adapt it to be something much more appealing and suitable for the times, which is, instead of it being all markdown and me kind of, slicing on a certain character and adapting the markdown to be as if it were the data component. Well, it is data, but it's not structured data, it's markdown. There's this split between structured and markdown. XML handled it pretty well. It was both a data language and it was a markup language. I say markdown so much. Daring Fireball has been so successful in with his markdown that I use markdown instead of markup. So XML was both a markup language and a data formatting language. It was a strength and a weakness of it. And my previous most successful slice and dice system, the one that kind of forged a fair amount of my success in my first go around in New York City, was based on that, but markdown is much better. But markdown plus YAML, yet another. It's not yet another. It's YAML is not a markup language. YAML is not a markup language. It takes a while to get used to it. These self-referential acronyms. GNU stands for GNU is not Unix, right? It's weird. But YAML is one of those. So YAML, being not a markup language as it is a wonderful, indeed perfect data header language. And Jekyll was already using it as the top of their files, top of their markdown files. So I adapted my pre-existing markdown-only system to be YAML plus markdown, and I've named it YAML Chop. It chops the YAML, chop the YAML. And, I'll be rolling this out. I was kind of doing it all, quote, in secret, not nearly as much YouTube videos as recently. But that was 100% because of being in the zone, entering the flow. And when you're in the zone and you're flowing, what you don't do is slow down to show all the YouTubers out there what it is you're doing. Not out of any sense of secrecy, because I really do want to share it, but because you don't want to throw off your momentum, things you're firing on all cylinders. And it's not merely the YAML chop system, which is journaling and blogging, but it is also the whole bottling it, making it accessible, because I know this is not for everyone. I know most people will still continue to use their PHP-based, ancient blogging software that's, full of security holes and forces you to pay hosting. But, you could just be using text files and have many advantages, including the kind of stuff I value so much, which is, everything independence. It's a text file, right? And it's a text file that you edit with editors that have been around for 50 years, or at least the ones it's all based on. And you're doing it on a platform that is, you don't have to pay for it. It runs as a subsystem of everything. It's a subsystem of Windows, it's a subsystem of Mac, no problem. So it just floats, all your work flows from hardware to hardware like water, and hardware doesn't matter. And what else can I say about it, right? I've been enabled to do all this, not just because of AI. I really do have to give credit where it's due. Do I dare do shout outs to people? Above all, Vivek, Bert, who, although didn't get the same benefits as me, went to bat for me when he had to, and certainly didn't have to. So thank you, Bert, eternally for those 7 years of wonder. And there's Nate, who I just met. Thank you, Nate. And there's absolutely Joey. So some people went to bat for me when the tornado hit. And when the tornado hit, I landed in Oz, and I am currently in Oz. And so I'm in Oz right as, the ruby slippers were slipped on my feet. I got the magic, or perhaps it's the Troll King's belt, but you don't all know about the Troll King's belt because you don't read. I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult people, but you really should read The Wizard of Oz, all 14 books, straight through. Don't make it a chore, make it a joy. Read to your children. It's a little violent, at least at the start. He tones it down. But Wizard of Oz is terribly violent. There's lessons in all of that. Even the stuff that doesn't socially fly that much anymore, the stuff that's no longer PC, still has important lessons that you should know. And what else? Gratitude. Gratitude is every bit as important as everybody says it is. And I might still flub it. I am not as good as I sometimes project. I am aspirational good. I strive to be good. And when I see opportunities to better myself, I lunge at them. So, I'm a soft blue. I am an earth element. I am a soft water earth element. I am not the green arrow. I have, over the years, projected myself to be, because I've been vice presidents, I've been directors at the little boutique agencies that, hit high above their weight range. I worked for the boutique agency that launched Amazon.com. Not when they did it, but they hired me, and I made Hittail for them, which had a 15-year run helping bloggers blog by knowing what to blog about for guaranteed success until the world changed too much. And then I worked for 360i, who taught you can still dunk in the dark, and did all this nutty real-time stuff and a lot of innovation in the social media space, right? So I've worked for the big high-impact marketing companies, and I've worked for the little high impact marketing companies. And while I was only ever tangentially related to their action, because they all did their own brilliant stuff in their own ways, and I was there for the ride trying to live up to their level, it just reinforced that whole lesson of, surround yourself by people who are better than you, and then live up to expectations. But in that role, you have people answering for you. You have to, hire people and write their reports and, do budgets. And it's just not me. It is so not me that I made a very distinct focus of my career, still being able to be at that senior level while having no one working for me, doing my own thing, my own way. Because it works now, right? What data scientists do, if you do what data scientists do in some other capacity than data science, you're already gold, okay? But then if you do what data scientists do in another capacity and then can automate it like a DevOps person or a sysadmin, then you're platinum. And that's what I do. So there you have it. Catch you up on everything I do, and I'm modeling it, right? You can do it too. My latest thought is to bring back the age of the apprentice, right? Make all you young people out there looking for meaning and, skills and being able to stick it to the man and stick it to your parents. Well, have more earning capacity than them in about 6 months. And joyful stuff. It's like a video game. You play Undertale, then you have an open mind to different user interfaces, old school. So I'm going to teach you how to use your same skills you started picking up in Undertale and applying it towards, being valuable in any company that needs and uses data, right? They need data jockeys. There's tons of names for it. I am not a data scientist. It would be a stretch to call myself a data engineer. So if you want to take the hotsy-totsy, pedigree credential stuff out, data jockey, be a data jockey. Follow me, mikelev.in to enjoy my writing, mikelev.in to enjoy my writing. See you there, and see you soon.